Newfound energy. Let's go. Pumped. I think. Come on, let's go. Room challenge. At the moment it's like mobile workshop.
Which has been very handy for storage and for cabinet assembly.
It leads out onto our garden. It's got a lot of like stuff going for it. It's just so random and we've never actually figured out how to use this space. So anyway, this is our next project. Wait one moment. I don't really have my painting gear on. I'm about to go to the shops. Oh my God. What do you think?
Yeah, I like it. I wanted it in the other room.
So that is powdered gum, which is a really nice colour for this room. Can I show you the other colour that I was going to potentially paint this room though? This is the really soft grey. Oh my gosh, it's beautiful.
It's got purple in it, that's why you like it.
Yeah!
Too purple.
It's
too much light in here.
Do you know what?
Turn the lights off for a second.
Still
looks purple.
Really?
Yeah.
That might have something to do with it. The warmth coming from our beautiful pendant light.
Oh, don't do that.
Oh.
Covered in dust. Rookie.
Sorry.
Yeah, how good are my surfboards going to look in here? This is my board storage room.
No. It needs to be more than that.
It's going to have a board rack. It's going to have kite surfing gear. There might be a fishing rod rack.
We agreed to a rack for your surfboards. I don't think we ever spoke about having a rack for your fishing rods.
Well, my fishing rods are in the bedroom at the moment, so would you rather them here or in the bedroom?
Do you remember when I said I'd really like a nice, like, calm retreat where I could maybe do yoga, maybe just sit and read a book?
Like all the other rooms in the house that you get.
Are you saying that this is your room?
If I get the pick of one.
But you've got the garage.
Oh.
Are we really going to go green? Are we going to go a green room?
Yep.
Going to be called the green room?
Well, it's full of surfboards.
So?
Oh, really? Yeah.
Green room?
Yeah.
What?
The green room's the barrel.
I'm not a surfer. Sorry. Surfers would have got it.
Look at it! This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, man.
Oh my God, this is it. It's going to be the green room. We don't actually really want people looking up there. I'd rather try and create a bit of a focal point over here.
This is like a really good little sort of natural break in the room. So if we take the track to this point here, it still leaves that whole door free.
Yeah. If the track goes there and then my curtains for the most part are pulled over there, is that going to look weird or not at all?
No, not at all. I think it would look more weird if you were to stop it halfway through.
Okay. You're the blind guy that's not blind. That's the best I've got today. Best I've got.
It locked up its food.
I mean, yeah, think that's like comfier than our other one. And I love this detailing. Oh wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So what's the composition of this?
So that is a custom wood frame with foam, and then there's like shaped foam. So if you look at the arm, you angle down there, and then that's a shape of foam like that. And yeah.
That's so good.
So what do you got?
Got a couch, I got a couch. It's the best couch I ever did have. So excited, so excited. I don't know why I've started singing, but I feel like I need to carry on. Alright, stop. No, but seriously, got a couch and it's like ridiculous and I love it. These cushion covers don't work with it. Just testing a few things out. So my predicament is rug, and do I need one? Yes is what I'm feeling, but also no, because this is actually a really practical space and I have always got my mat out here.
What's your mat for?
For my yoga, for my exercise, so like, and I'm not always constrained to my mat. I mean, I am for yoga, but when I'm doing other exercises, you know, like, you know, these and like these and like getting the booty, like you go off your mat, right? You go off range. So I've got to think about that.
So you can't do that on a rug, or you can do
No,
that
well,
on
you
a
can.
rug?
It's just an antique rug. Sure, I have. It's a good rug for like high traffic, but I
And
wouldn't
it's
want to.
big enough so you don't like half on it, half off it, that sort of thing.
Yeah. What do you think?
It'd be nice to have a rug because, like, especially in winter, there's a
Yeah.
huge window here,
Yeah.
and it gets super cold, and it's also
Yeah.
a bit echoey, and it's also not a huge room now that we've got a fair bit of stuff in here. So
Like that couch is epic, but it's quite deep, right?
it's deep because it makes it comfy.
It's deep because it makes it comfy. Oh my god, it's so comfy. So what I am going to do is create a gallery wall, because I wanted to create a gallery wall in the living room and I didn't in the end. But I'm going to go to town over here, create magic. But I think the curtains, can we put the curtains up now please? Because I would like to see curtains in this space.
Yeah, let's get them up. Why not?
Yes, yes, yes.
I'm gonna-
Also, coldest day of the year so far. And it's
Coldest day of the year,
freezing.
officially. All right, I'm gonna finish my coffee so I
Right.
can put these curtains up.
Okay, bye.
What are you doing?
Trying to clean up all your mess.
My mess?
But I'm creating a gallery wall here and I'm very excited. That's how excited I am. Because all of this artwork has been hanging around without a place to live. So I'm gonna give these guys a home. The couch is not gonna live here. This is a bad spot for the couch. The couch is gonna go back over here. But what I want to do is to create a nice kind of feature corner gallery wall. It's going to be busy, it's going to be creative, it's going to be fun, it's going to be colourful, and it's going to be rad. And you, Jono, you were going to fix this because yesterday it was wall 1, Lucy and Jono 0, wasn't it? Drilled a couple of holes, turns out.
Drilled a couple of holes, hit air.
Yeah, so cannot fasten to air. So you're going to solve that problem. You went to Bunnings and got these things. So what, you're going to quickly put these up and then we're going to fasten to this, and which means we'll have to paint them once they're done.
I'm gonna make a little backing board to put the brackets in.
Yeah. So that was a bit annoying, wasn't it?
Set us back a day.
Yeah. And then we kind of got over it. So newfound energy. Let's go. Pumped. I think. Go on, let's go. Are you gonna get this finished today?
Yep. Rock solid. Do you want to do the hanging test?
You're not hang. I thought you were about to fart. I was like, what are you doing? I'm like, ooh, not for the camera.
How you travelling with your wall?
I'm about to ask artist friends for more.
It's blown out a bit. Got a bit bigger.
You were like, you wanted more. Don't blame me, but you were like, let's put more up. And I'm like, oh, I forgot I had this. And then I'm like, I forgot I had that. Like these artworks, I forgot I even had them. These are from my gran. I've gone quite low, which I normally wouldn't go this low, but you know what? We spend most of our time in this room either, well, I am either on the floor, and now that we've got the couch, we're going to be sitting on the couch. So I kind of like the fact that I've got quite low. Literally the most random selection of artwork in the world, but I like my art like I like my music. A little bit of everything. Okay, it is the fun part. You ready? It's reveal time. Come with me. Welcome to the green room. I am in love with this space. This is really a beautiful transformation, and to be honest with you, just something out of nothing, really. What was here before? There wasn't really anything here before, but now we've created, you know, a living area, a space for exercise, storage for Jono's boards, and also for my exercise equipment, and a fully fledged gallery. I mean, I love this room now. In terms of the design and the layout of this room, we didn't really have a plan, and usually I kind of go into projects having a plan, whereas this was such a random room that was just such an afterthought that we just kind of started adding to it. So it was very organic, and in a way it kind of just happened to work, but it did cause me a little bit of stress because I was like, oh my god, what am I doing out here? But I guess essentially we knew we wanted a green room. We knew we wanted to bring a couch in because we wanted it to be a nice area to actually chill in a secondary living area. And we knew that we needed some surfboard storage. So to be honest, those elements just had to work, and I kind of just worked around it to figure out a way to kind of bring it all together. And everything didn't happen at once. Everything happened in sort of gradual pieces, which I actually think is quite nice. I didn't know what it would turn out like, and in a way it was quite liberating to style and design that way because I was just kind of playing it by ear. The next thing we needed to do was solve this situation, because looking out onto the garden wasn't particularly pretty. We're very lucky to have a garden, but it's not as pretty as it could be. So that's our next project. But anyway, so this is actually a beautiful solution, and oh my god, these curtains, these are from DIY Blinds. So what we've done is we put shears in, so sheer curtains, and we've also got motorized roller blinds to completely block out if we want to do that. But this just is something else. They are just so beautifully tactile. They create a nice, like, soft texture to this space. I absolutely love that. That comes in handy when I'm doing my exercise, if it's early in the morning or late at night and I don't want people looking in. And then so our couch, this is genuinely the comfiest couch we've ever had. Like, I'm super jealous it's actually not in our like main living room, but this is from Harbro, and holy moly, it is just delicious. So this now is like a really lovely place to sit and just chill. And yeah, it's just nice being able to look out onto the garden and the fact that we've now got this new living space. Okay, artwork. Went a bit crazy with the gallery wall. Started with like, I think 5 or 7 pieces, and I did a count, turns out 21. 21 different pieces of artwork. And what I love about this is that everything that I love, I've got artwork up here from like friends of mine. Speaking of friends, I mean, I've got Diana Ellinger here. She's a fantastic Australian artist and a really good friend of mine. She does beautiful paperwork and collages. And she was also in our hunting collective, one of our first, in fact, our first hunting collective exhibitions. And speaking of hunting collective, Leona Feist, this is beautiful. This clock, this was in our clock auction that we did, and I just didn't want anyone else to basically get it, so I bid on it and got it. So I love Leona's work. She's absolutely gorgeous. I love all of her lettering, and she just does beautiful. I love the way she sees letters and crafts it all out. Obviously, Jeff Raglis. This was the first piece actually in this room. We love this. It really sets the tone. I was a bit nervous about the blue and how it would work with the green, but I actually think it actually works quite well. This actually was the first artwork that Jono and I bought together. It was a very big deal. And also Jeff and his very talented son Casper. Again, we featured him for Hunting Collective as well. I really like his stuff. This is some of his earlier stuff. This is a photo. This was actually from a slide. This is from my dad, basically. That's my dad in the 60s in like Noosa. What do you call that point, Jono, in Noosa?
I think it's actually at the river mouth.
Oh, okay. It's at the
At
river
Noosa.
mouth at Noosa. So that's pretty sick. It's like a really nice longboard shot, and I just really love the colors in here because it's got a beautiful kind of, it's so like weathered and aged, and it's got this beautiful magenta tone to it. It's very old. So that's a bit of my family history. And then we've got a bit of Jono's family history. Your Orpa hand painted that guy, so we brought him in. What I really like about this is that we have mixed new and old. This is what I would 100% recommend with a gallery wall, is trying to mix up your different mediums and what you've got on your wall. This is Tom Peerless, so this is like 1800s we're talking here, isn't it? So this is beautiful Australian art, and obviously the frames are insanely intricate. What else? I get very excited when it comes to art. Sorry, I need to calm myself down. We've got a beautiful Otis Carey here. We got Otis to paint this just on the spot. He again was in our Hunting Collective exhibition. This was just phenomenal to watch Otis create this. Like it became so inherent in him, and all the movements were just phenomenal. And he spoke about the ocean being his people's totem, and it just was so fluid in his movements, and it was really beautiful, and so quite lucky to have that piece. Emma Beer is another amazing artist as well, another Australian artist. Jeffrey, obviously we've got a couple of Jeffrey's pieces, again, amazing artist from down the coast and good mate of ours, as well as Sarah Kelk. You'll recognize Sarah's work from the laundry. We had one of her original paintings in the laundry, so this is actually a print. Peaches and Keen, do you know what? Peaches and Keen were the first guys that we actually collaborated with and did, I think, one of our first videos ever. I mean, that's pretty iconic. And so I love this piece. A bit of an ode to Bali. Jono and I got married in Bali last year, and a mate of ours, Jimmy, he made the sign. Basically, it was rad and we kept it. So it was just hanging on the street in Bali, and now it lives in the green room forever. And so here we've also got a beautiful photo of Bingen, which is where we got married, and a photo of us. Frames are really important. We actually got some framed from Framing to a T. They were awesome actually, because we had a few pieces that we needed to fit, and we needed them to be a specific size. And so Framing to a T basically did whatever we wanted, and we could mount them or we could have them whatever size basically. So that was really helpful. This was like the first thing that we got for this room. And Jono just you just bought it because you needed surplus storage. I really like it. It's from Format, and it's super simple. It's super easy to put together. It just brings more color. Like, it just brings more color to the space. So, and I just grabbed these because, do you know what? I've just got stuff in here, like ugly stuff. And I wanted to hide the ugly stuff to chuck in like my weights, and like I've got resistance bands in there. And the lighting as well. The lighting in here is really cool. So what we've done is we've used the kinetic downlights, which is fantastic because it matches what we had going on in the laundry. We've really had fun with the direction of those because they can pivot. So we've directed them. We've got this one pointing here into the doorway, and then this guy pointing here into the gallery. And at night, it just comes alive. It's so fantastic in here. It's so moody and ambient. And also we've got this floor lamp as well, which creates a nice moody reading light ambience as well. And the cushions, I should say the cushions, it's such a strong structural design of a couch that I didn't want to overdo it with the cushions, but I couldn't resist this because I was like, I loved this new pattern from Milk and Sugar. And I thought, you know what? I'm going pattern and color everywhere in this room. I'm not gonna let my cushions not have it as well. What I love most about this room is that it is very personal, it's very creative, it's very energetic, and it really is just a reflection of Jono and I and what we like most. So that's the green room. I love it. Hope you guys do too. Let me know what you think. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching. I would love to know what you thought of this green room makeover. Let me know in the comments below, and like and subscribe because we've got plenty more room makeovers where this came from, plus heaps and heaps of more home tours are coming your way. So make sure you subscribe to our channel, and yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye.